What's up, people? It's your boy, Rabbi Ramos. I'm back again with another story for y'all asses. Had to get my herb going. Looking out the motherfucking window. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's a rainy day. You dig? You're keeping all the ugly people in the house. Word up. You know, all the ugly people are in the house. The rain washes their evil spirits and souls away to wherever the fuck back it came from. But yeah, let me tell y'all the story. I can laugh at it now, but when it first happened, it wasn't no laughing matter. The first time I took a trip to the Looney bin, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna reveal the place I went, but I was there. You know what I'm saying? It's documented. But I'm gonna tell you the story that led up to this event. Happened about 2 years ago. I'm not sure what days or what date it fell between, but this particular day, my mother came to stay with us, you know, and my fiance, she had went to work or whatever, so my mother kept me company. Now, it must have been like 2 days in, my mother had stayed, and one night I was in the bed and shit. I was watching TV or whatever, and I was knocked out, and out of nowhere, it's like I jumped out of my sleep. Now it was fucking hot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows, you know, heat the peas be fucking, you know, hot enough to melt your heart. Almost like acid. That's my thing. But I was awoken out of my sleep, and I heard a voice. It's clear as day. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody was talking to me. And had to be like around 2 something in the morning. Maybe later, you know. I just threw that number out there because it was fucking early, late, whatever. Now immediately, me being who I am, you know, I got agitated. I was like, I knew it was nobody in the house with me and my mother. So I can't quite remember the conversation me and this voice had, but every time it would talk to me, I would get angry. And I would get angry to the point where my entire body just hurted. You know what I'm saying? And it would go away when the voice would stop. So every time I would talk back to this voice, I would calm down, and then the voice would speak. And I would get angry again to the point where my body hurted. So the next morning, I remembered the conversation word for word, and I wrote that shit down in the book. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, once my mind got wrapped around it, I was just like, what the fuck was you talking about? It was some real bugged out shit. I mean, shit that you usually hear other people talk about or it happened to. Me and this, you know, unknown voice was having some wild, you know, we was conversing on some real, like, some wicked, evil, demonic shit. And I can't recall. I think it wanted me to do something, but I just kept saying, you know, no or whatever. So I kept it to myself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell my mother, and I didn't tell my fiance. So I kept the book hidden between the mattress. So that episode, you know what I'm saying, my mother eventually went home. That episode was over. Now fast forward, you know, to the day of my fiance's birthday. Now mind you, the day before her birthday, you know what I'm saying, I had a pocket full of money or whatever, but being me, you know, I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn to the point where, you know, it don't make no fucking sense. I had a pocket full of money, and I had ate the last bit of what was ever, you know, in my cupboard. I ate the last of it. And I was just like, yo, I had money, but I ain't want to get dressed and go outside to get nothing to eat. That kind of stubborn. Stubborn to the point of stupidity. So, my last time I ate was like 5 o'clock p.m. that afternoon. That's when my rations of whatever was in my cupboard ran out. And I refused to go outside to get me more food. You know what I'm saying? I drank the last bit of whatever was in my refrigerator. And I was like, I'm not going out there. I don't want to get dressed. Fuck it. I'll wait from 5 p.m. till the next morning when she got home, which was around 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Give or take 8:30. You know. So I waited like an asshole. And my fucking stomach just was like, yo, nigga, we need nourishment. Feed us. And I'm like, yo, no, I'm not gonna eat. You gonna wait till she get home. That way she'll bring food in, or, you know, y'all will go out together and get something. Stupid, ain't it? Anyway, so I waited till the next morning she gets home. Now here's where shit gets bugged. She you know what I'm saying, starts to twist something up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, cool. Now mind you, my body is in a state of, you know, yo, nigga, we need to eat. You know what I'm saying? Because I usually, you know what I'm saying, this ain't no one-time thing. I usually, like, you know, it's just a habit. You know, I would starve myself until my body started shaking, then I would eat. You know what I mean? That's some real stupid shit, but yo, I would do that. And I'm starving, but she twisting something up, and at the same time, she's making fucking waffles, and we gonna eat waffles until, you know, whatever. So I'm sitting there, she gets on the phone. Now, the way our table is set up, where I like to sit is by the window, like I'm sitting now. So I'm sitting by the window, and she's sitting across from me, but by the other window. But the other window is on her right side. My window is directly behind me. So she's on the phone with her daughter, because her daughter went to Jamaica. So she on the phone with her daughter, and I'm sitting there. Now we start to burn or whatever, blow it down. I don't know if we finished it or we clipped it, but I'm sitting there and she's talking and shit. I'm waiting for the fucking waffles to get done, and I'm drinking, you know, water. All of a sudden, the voice comes back, and the voice tells me, punch her or hit her between her fucking eyes. You know what I'm saying? Some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like this or like this, between the eyes. If you hit somebody hard enough, you can detach their motherfucking retinas and they can go blind. That's a fact. That's if you hit hard enough. So when the voice told me to do that, I was like, yo, fuck you, I ain't doing shit. Make me. And it said it again. Hit her between her eyes. It'll put her down for good. there's no type of fucking torture or whatever that you can think of, or that the government does to people in real life, that you can do to me to make me hurt this woman. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody that I love in that matter. So I refused. Now all of a sudden, it feels like somebody is fucking pouring acid over my fucking brain. I'm like, God damn, it's getting fucking hot. What the fuck is that, man? So I'm looking around and shit. I'm like, yo, what? So I turn around with the last bit of strength that I had left, and I open the fucking window. I lay my head down. All I remember is seeing, I saw, you know when you see fucking heat waves? Well, that's what the fuck I saw. I saw a heat wave. And the shit took the form of a person. It took the form of a person. And it almost looked like the fucking Predator. You know what I'm saying? When it's in camouflage. That's what it looked like. So the shit began to make gestures like, yo, like it wouldn't talk, but it would just do this, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, make a decision. And I'm like, I couldn't understand what to make of it, but whatever this shit was, I looked behind it, and there was a bunch of motherfucking rainbow colored people, and they was all dancing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they was having a good time. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? And the shit just kept doing like, yo, what are you gonna do? Are you coming with us? Or are you fucking staying? You know what I'm saying? Make a choice. So I was just like, hold on, because I started to hear her call my name, but from a distance. Like it sounded like she was fucking far away, and she just kept calling me. And I was just like, all right, hold on, let me see what she wants, and I'll get right back to you. Now this is where I'm gonna stop my story, and I'm gonna tell you what she saw. As she was calling me, after all this was done, she was calling me, and she said she had hung up the phone, and she proceeded to walk around the table, you know what I'm saying, to see what was wrong with me. Because remember, I told you I had put my head down in the fucking window. Now, she said I was gray. My whole fucking body was gray. And, because I was laying on my arm. And she said, I was sweating, you know what I mean? Sweating like I just came out the pool and didn't dry off. I was sweating, and she said my fucking glasses, you know what I'm saying, had slid off because of all the water. So, she said she went to pick up my fucking arm, and she said it felt like I was in a casket, you know what I mean? Now, she said I was heavy, and I was cold as fuck. So she said she began to panic, but you know, she ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? Her survival kicked in. She went and got her shit, started getting her shit together. You know what I'm saying? So she can call the ambulance. So she began to she said she picked me up and turned my body around, and she began to pour water down my throat. Now, I'm starting to come to now. I'm seeing the light from the kitchen, and my whole left side, I couldn't open it. I couldn't open my eye, I couldn't move my mouth, I couldn't lift my fucking arm. but I'm feeling the water go into me. And as the water goes into me, I'm like, yo, I'm reviving. It's like, yo. So eventually the motherfucking waffles got done. Now I remember her putting the waffles in my mouth. And she was just like calling me. You know what I'm saying? I hear her. And as she's, putting the waffles and the water in my mouth, I remember telling her, I love you, right? I love you, right? And she was just like, she said she stood back, and she was like, and like, yo, almost like, yo, I'm not gonna let you die in front of me. But I'm like, I'm really trying to figure out, like, yo, am I gonna live out the rest of my days paralyzed or whatever? So I'm like, I hope my fucking left eye open up, because, I'm blind as it is. I gotta wear this stupid shit. But, I eventually, come, back fully. I recovered or whatever. And, we didn't go to the, doctor. She didn't call nobody, because me being stubborn, I was like, yo, fuck it. I'm good now. Now, that night, we in the bed, and I'm sweating again. I'm pouring down sweat. I'm sweating so fucking bad it woke her up. And she began to take my shirt off. Now my shirt feel like I just took it out of the washing machine. You know what I'm saying? So she throws it on the floor. And my head is still fucking fuzzy. It still feel like, burning. So it was just like, yo, tomorrow we gonna go down the block to the hospital and see what they say. And, I don't know if we had a conversation about, yo, tell them everything that went down. I don't know if we had that talk, but the next day when we went to the doctor, you know what I'm saying, got registered. Now, as we sitting in the waiting area, and she's like, well, are you gonna tell me what happened? You know what I'm saying? Or what you felt? I think we had a conversation like that, because I told her exactly what the fuck I heard and what it told me to do. Now, it took a lot out of me, you know what I'm saying? But it was scary. Scary to the point where, you know what I'm saying, the shit brought tears to my eyes, you know what I mean? That kind of scary. And I was just like, I told her, and there was this guy in the waiting area with us. He almost looked like he didn't belong there. You know what I mean? It looked like he didn't belong there. And he had on a lot of jewelry. You know what I'm saying? It was just like jewelry that, because that's one thing I remember. He had on jewelry that you don't see not too many motherfuckers locally walking around the neighborhood in that kind of fucking jewelry. Big fucking watch, nice chain. The nigga was well put together. I'm not gonna lie, because that's what made me look at him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck you doing in the waiting area? You look like you should have your own private doctor. So, he had a bed and everything. So, when they called me so I can tell the doctor what happened, I'm gonna tell you what happened with the doctor, how this shit went down. And then I'm gonna tell you what she told me about the nigga in the waiting area. Now, as I'm talking to this doctor, Dominican, whatever, Spanish, mostly around here is Dominican, so I'm gonna say she's Dominican. I'm talking to her, but I guess it's a hospital thing. They gotta wear a fucking mask and shit. So she talking to me, I'm talking to her, and she was like, well, tell me exactly what happened. Why are you here? So, she gets comfortable and crosses her legs, and as I'm telling this fucking woman what happened to me, she proceeded to tell me more. A lot of people tell me things like this. I hear a lot of stuff like this. So I took that she was like really like she fucking cared what I was telling her. So she's like, all right, after I told her what I told her, this bitch, she gets up and she's like, wait right here. Now, I'm new to this. You know what I'm saying? I think doctors are supposed to help people. You know what I'm saying? And be fucking truthful and honest with them. But, you know, that's not the case in this matter. So, this bitch gets up and she goes into another room. I can see the room. She turns the corner and I'm waiting there. Then I look up and she comes and I looked at her and I look over her shoulder and this bitch got a cop with her. Yo, a fucking white cop at that. This nigga look like, you know, one of them highway patrol motherfuckers that he enjoyed killing black folks. You know what I'm saying? He had that old fucking KKK mustache. You know what I'm saying? So, that's when the shit pissed me off. And I was just like, he said, Mr. Ramos, can you come with me? I'm like, come with you where? He's like, just come with me. And I'm like, well, could somebody tell my fiance that I'm going with you? And he was like, sure. Why? Of course not. I mean, of course. Why not? Why wouldn't we? You know, we'll tell her, just come with me. I'm like, all right. I get up, I go with him. They show me to a bed. The fuck you showing me to a bed for? You know what I'm saying? He stands in front of the bed and the doctor comes and she was like, can you undress? And we'll give you a robe. A robe? You want me to undress? I'm like, yo, what happened is, it's like, no, just get undressed and put on the robe. I'm like, damn. I think I done fucked up. You know what I mean? So, he's standing there, then he walks away. A fucking detective comes. Got on the suit and everything. And he introduces himself. He seemed cool, whatever. We talked or whatever. I introduced myself to him too. Whatever. And then this African security guard came. I never forget his name because I talked to him too. I was like, yo, you know, I just caught, you know, a good vibe from him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because he was African. I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, I'm sitting there, and saying me and the detective started having a conversation. And he was just like, yo, you know, I heard what happened or whatever. And there was a Dominican lady, old lady, sitting across from me. She kept looking at me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. You looking at me like I'm in here for something serious. Duh, nigga, you got cops in front of your fucking bed. And shit's serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not, you know, like, yo, cops don't scare me. So, you know, that's nothing. When you have run-in with cops, you know, cops pulling a gun on you, you know, it's nothing. You know, you get used to this shit. You know, cops patting you down for no fucking reason because, you know, cops is dickheads. But anyway, Spanish lady kept looking at me. Me and him started talking. Now, the Spanish lady, eventually, she gets up so they can move her and take her somewhere else. She looks at me and says something in Spanish. And the Dominican detective was like, she says, get better. And I looked at her and I was like, you know, thanks. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. So I will. So me and the detective, he's talking about where they're gonna take me now. Depending on the severity of their analysis on your condition or what happened to you, they might just take you to the second floor. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I guess, like mediocre crazy people. You know what I'm saying? But he said, if that, but if they think your condition is severe, they're gonna take you down to the big joint. And I'm like, the big joint? Yeah, the big crazy house, you know, down on 168. Now, if you're familiar with which hospital is on 168 in Broadway, then, hey, I ain't gotta say no names. But now, I'm sitting there waiting the big doctor come, big white bulldagger looking bitch. Now, by that time, my fiance found her way to the back where they had me, because nobody told her what was going on. Something told her, yo, get up and go see what's going on with him. So she made her way back there. Now we talking or whatever, and now here's where she tells me about homeboy in the waiting area. Now she tells me that once I got up, he begins to stare at her. And this wasn't no ordinary, I'm looking at you, I'm grilling you. She said he just had this aura about him. And the look was almost like, you know, almost like evil, demonic or some shit of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You know, and if you don't believe in shit like that exists, you know, all these things can take forms of people, yo. You better do some real fucking soul searching and, you know, do some research about, you know, this place that you at. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit ain't here by mistake. This shit is here by design, and whatever built it, you know what I'm saying, is still here. Or whoever built it, they still here. You know what I'm saying? These ain't no absentee landlords. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers is real.